Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting and amazing, spectacular Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only Master of Propaganda, your Lord and Master, your only sanctioned source of community entertainment, author to a glorious 1v1 on Faymonville Approach in the north that is Sidewinder. Fighting for king and country, the Commonwealth, the British Army, here with the 7th Armoured Division, the Desert Rats, featuring Royal Artillery, Commando Regiment, and special weapons with infantry and tank and Cromwell, versus the south that is Elpern. Fighting here for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland, here with the 2nd Panzerdivision with Lightning War, Blitzkrieg, and Jaeger Infantry, the Pack Infantry, and Panzerfaust Bulletins. And as always, a big hearty thanks to my page supporters, these champions, these heroes of the Propagandacast who support the war effort with the hard-earned money. You too can join the ranks and pledge on Patreon, or by pledging on Patreon there, thus earning yourself my eternal and undying gratitude. Links in the description. You can also donate via PayPal to achieve that as well. Links in the description. And nice to comment, like, share, subscribe, press the bell button, fight the eternal war effort against YouTube algorithms trying to bury me. Third section there for Sidewinder, Grenadiers MD42 for Elpern. Heading northwards over the fuel point, Pioneers immediately laying down some sandbags. In the centre there, section being forced into line of fire, possibly the Grenadiers. Sandbags up there. Nope. Deciding not to. Second grab the point here, and there you go. First shots fight, 1 minute 30-second mark. Second Grenadier squad there for Elpern and Germany. Bit of quality there we go, following up here, using the cover there to clear up in the section by the centre victory point, push them back. But they do manage to enter the grab the centre victory point, machine backing up here. The main man is not stand out in the middle of the road. That is a very good place for catching bullets. Universal carrier there for Sidewinder, grab northern point. Second is got the Elpern in Salfords. Gunnies for the section. Bit of skirmishing there in the south point, they're being seized. There we go, Universal Carrier out. In fact, the Germans captured a lot of them after Dunkirk and actually used some of them to create the Opel Malta, which is basically just a half-tracked Opel Blitz, but they'd be using stuff like threats from the Universal Carrier to sort of half-track it. Third Gun squad there for Elpern, section up here being split to bits, rushing forwards there. Also got tech going up fairly fast as they can begin upgrading it with the Vickers K fairly fast as well to put more pressure on Elpern. Pushing from the northern side here, where Elpern has so far been able to grab most of the territory there without any real resistance from Sidewinder. But of course, Sidewinder now, of course, is looking to push back there against those damn little Germans. So Elpern is looking to disrupt that by counterattacking to the south here, though a bit more risky since a single section to lock the Grenadiers much more easily on their own. And the machine gun flanked with the Universal K. He can upgrade now with the Vickers K, though of course Sidewinder could plan the Wasp. Nope, he's going for the Vickers K. Pioneers moving in. Sections suppressed, low on health. Back here, tech on the way there for Elpern. Very good, standard tech though. Section there flanking the Grenadiers, force them direct to that. Moving up in the centre here. Elpern so far handling the early game here with the British fairly well. And there you go, Vickers K upgrade to the Universal Carrier, increasing its firepower significantly. Section there being focused down. Sappers out here for Sidewinder and the British Army. Section actually pretty low on health there. Need to be careful it doesn't take around for too long, get wiped here. That was be great for Elpern if it were to happen, but not in Sidewinder's best interests. Grabbing the point here in the east. Third Gun is going southwards here, no sign of doctrine yet. He's also not going for light machines immediately, might of course he wants to keep a reserve, but it also might indicate he's planning either Lightning War or Jaeger Infantry and actually wants to go for T-33s here. Which will of course after if he does commit to that, it's just an oversight, which also happens.
Our capture point. They're trying to take it.
Heading southwards there, got the southern fuel point. He's probably going to treat as soon as the British appear, but he can at least deny the British their fuel. Which is one of the best things you can do to them, besides denying them their tea. But that's not quite an endgame mechanic. Like to make a nice company on the way for Elpern, still a sign of the LMG-42 for the Grenadiers. Section they caught with the M42 around the centre. The German infantry squad was built around the MG. Either 34 or 42. Or basically meant to support the machine gun, in a sense. So, little fun fact there. which are dealing with the Grenadiers there. Heading northwards to Grenadiers Pioneers. AC Armoured Car on the way for Sidewinder. As I'm going to put a hard shot down there on Elpern's 222. Obviously just put pressure on his infantry. Subs there caught by the fuel pump. Now push back. Armoured car up, but the AC is slowing away here for Sidewinder and the British Army. Puny over the flank there for pushing back those sappers burning through them. Section nearby. Here's the section. And is they're close to being wiped out if they're not careful. There with the section program themselves sides. Armoured car pushing forward. Going to go for the universal carrier, but AC could hit it soon enough as well. But Elpern clearly wants to put that universal carrier out of business. Once I'm done with you, you'll be a Fox News carrier. I think you're a bit too early for that joke, Friedrich.
Armored car completed.
24 to the mentioned you one. Got the AC Mach 3 out there for Sidewinder.
Enemy threatening a
No sonar doctrine there for Elpern, and still not sound of light machine guns either. So again, getting the impression he's planning on the Jaeger infantry lightning war here for some G-footed fleas, but it may also just be he's not planning. Oh, never mind. Oh, still no G-footed fleas. Huh. Wonder what he's planning with that. But oh well, grab the southern fuel point, denying the British more fuel. Again, very good, excellent. Place of course you are the British, in which case you're not quite happy about that. Pack 40 out there, very much expect to respond to the AC. He could try with multiple armoured cars, but on a map like Faymonville Approach, where there's not like a lot of room for like multiple armoured cars to manoeuvre, trying to use 2 armoured cars to deal with it is a pretty tall order. Trust me, I've had to do an occasion on this map. It's hell. At least I've tried. 40 shoots good here on the AC. So again, most players just go for a pack 40 because again it is just straightforward. We do have a telemine here though. The Sidewinder may have spotted it though. Since the Pioneers did move after the point was sort of like the mine was laid down there. What you can do for example is then actually shift click like a move order after the mine there, or being build order, so that way once they're building it, they've automatically move away from it, that way avoiding giving away any potential mine position there because you forgot about the unit afterwards. Little trick there. Up north, the armoured car though did get the universal car. That's pretty good. The AC did not get rid of it too. Though of course that can quickly change. There we go, great hit by the AC in the 2-2. Not so sure what happened there, but that's definitely the end of the 2-2 there. AC pulled that one out of commission. And we got here Sidewinder with Commandos. Fancy. Featuring, of course, the Commando glider insertion, the smoke raid operation, assault, mortar cover, and air supremacy operation. Got a glider inbound there filled with Commandos. Nearly falling back that enemy 42 team. Pack Ultra on top, there's a Commandos charge forward. Tearing into the Pack 40 crew there and utterly annihilating them in a matter of seconds. Light gun bomb as well here, really turning a massive Elpern situation. Still not upgrading the Grenadiers, so I'm really starting to wonder what Elpern is planning here. Because at this point, there's not really much sense not to upgrade his Grenadiers here versus Sidewinder. We're not seeing any Panzer Grenadiers either, or anything like that, so I'm not entirely sure what Elpern's big plan here is. Oh, scheiße. He accidentally misclicked here, or something else happened, but he basically just spent his Grenadier squad to grab the pack for him. He's just not just shot the pack, now he's effectively all shot the Grenadier squad. He's replacing it, but still, not great there for Elpern. Not great.
What's next then?
Meanwhile, back here we got a bolt upgrade there for Sidewinder. Very good. Command calls needed some reinforcement. Grenadiers was the AC Mach 3. And overall, Sidewinder's just in a really good position. Partly, of course, there's the Commander raid. And the AC there together, I think they just really form a strong element there for Sidewinder to break Elpern's momentum. Turn the game. He even lost the Pioneers. And Elpern's really taking a beating here from Sidewinder. And there's still really no indication of an overall battle plan here from Elpern versus Sidewinder. Definitely looking a bit rough there. But if he can't get his hands on that flank, I'm surprised Sidewinder hasn't grabbed it though. I mean, it's pretty good. Apparently the Pioneers were able to get it back there. That's definitely a miss there by Sidewinder though. That is a fairly significant miss. You do not want to give your opponent a flamethrower back.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Yeah, Elpern continues without any upgrades for the Grenadiers or a Doctrine. Pack 40 shoots the AC, punches straight through. Got Commandos here looking to sneak about.
Damned enemies trying
Could
to
use
take
the...
a point from us.
I was about to say, it looks like going to use the terrain there to try and creep up there. And then sort of get some hits in. He could also try and set up for a deep flank maybe somehow with the Commandos. Really land behind Elpern's front line, do some damage. Ooh, S-mines. But timing is unfortunate here. And the AC could easily deal with it unless he's got something hidden within the S-mine field like a telemine. Which is obviously a bit expensive and has the risk of a minesweeper setting it off, but at the same time, you know, you could occasionally bait a vehicle in to deal with that. Commander's charging forward, going for the support and catching the machine off pretty bad guard. This is pretty devastating here, but it's thankfully for Elpern. He's trying to clear out the Pack 41st, then gets out the MG42, giving both a chance to escape there. So, close call there for Elpern. Really close call. Had the Sidewinder there thinking a bit sharp, that would have been pretty devastating. Got another Commando squad though. Good lord. Double Commandos here versus Elpern. That is ruthless and brutal here by Sidewinder. That is definitely not something you typically see from the British, but here we are. Double Commandos. Meanwhile, Elpern finally got a Mega Bunker up, but no sign of tech, no sign of Doctrine. And again, he's up against two Commando squads with just unupgraded Grenadiers. That's, oh my, Sidewinder setting up with your defective call an improvised miner using a demo charge. He is really being fiendish here. Sandbags up there. Should definitely take up soon, but two Commander squads now. That is a significant assault complement. I mean, right now, Elpern is pretty much with his back against the wall here. Trenches in the center as well, on top of the sandbags. That seems fairly aggressive. Note the positioning of this makes it pretty much impossible for Elpern to set up with a machine gun in the trench and use against Sidewinder. Teleminer went off in the AC. We got a demo charge there. Commandos as the Pioneers, but still getting rid of the AC was a pretty big win there for Elpern and get obviously a big payoff for the Telemine. Commander charging forward, one squad close to each retreating now. Other Command squad moving forward, going to be being absolutely mauled here. The Sten guns slaughtering, but the MG42 narrowly saves the situation. Still, Elpern is very much backed into his base. Still no upgrades in the Grenadiers. I am absolutely astounded at that. I'm really not entirely sure why he's not upgrading them. 6-pound gun away here, obviously concerned about German armor. Elpern, though, interesting enough, is yet to take up. He's not going for any light vehicles besides the one armored car. Pack flying away. They got mines here, though, from Sidewinder on top of this improvised mine with a demo charge. He's behind the Commandos. Oh, bollocks. That could be pretty nasty if he takes time with the grenade here properly against Elpern here. Thankfully for Elpern, no well-timed light gun bomb. The Pioneers are being absolutely executed unless... no. Close call. Anti-tank gun out there. Sidewinder still not taking up. Probably should look into that soon here. Meanwhile, Elpern charging forward is finally, to at least some degree, broken the British lines and is charging through. So there's still points of resistance here under Sidewinder's command, and some of the commanders might soon charge ahead to counterattack. Finally, some take there for Elpern. Thumbs up, but still no Doctrine. At this point, it's going to be either Lightning War or Blitzkrieg more likely. It could still be Jaeger Infantry, I suppose, but I think Lightning War is honestly more likely at this point. Troops reinforcing. Commanders all doing some healing in themselves. Of course, the section doing that bit as well. Bit of work as well. Still, most of the map remains British, though, of course, with absolutely no one to defend the front line. That's obviously not going to last for long, and will basically depend on how fast Elpern can move out. He's also finding South guns without machine guns, so yeah. But really surprised it took Elpern that long. I guess he might just be too caught up. And maybe there was some other plan that would Elpern, but just in the end realised he couldn't do it or didn't feel like it. Weapon racks there. Still no tech for Sidewinder. I'm fairly surprised that Sidewinder hasn't tried to, like, leverage this supreme map control versus Elpern to, like, take up faster for some armour. That is definitely a bit of a surprise here from Sidewinder. Feels like a bit of a mistake there. But again, command of the Bren guns is pretty good. He senses the minefield there, but needs some chaps with mines to deal with it. Or someone he doesn't like. Hey Terrence, what? I think I see some naughty magazines over there. What? Behind those signs for skulls? Yeah. Won't you go pick them up? Oh, alright. Moving towards the centre there. Grenadier with the light machine up in the advancing section. Veterans 1 there gained. There you go, got a Bren Commander squad out there. And double Brend up, and they can fire them on the move. Demo charge went off, they're hoping to get a wipe. Then the Grenadiers didn't quite pan out there though for Sidewinder, but imagine if it had. But there you go, Elpern with a Panther. In fact, now only Sidewinder is taking up. This is definitely a golden opportunity for Elpern to maybe turn the game around again in his favour with that Panther 4, because Sidewinder is definitely not ready for that. Though having their sappers equipped with Piets will do some work. Elpern though, still no doctrine. Definitely those starting to look like lightning war here from this perspective. My perspective, in the center game 42 was the section there. Commandos bring up there to ambush the machine gun there and unleash hell. There we go. Nice ambush. They immediately cuts down Rudolf and Reinhard quickly fell after into the afterlife. S-Mine, they go from the treating section and wipes it. Definitely a failure idea for Sidewinder to clear up the S-Mine field. Paid off nicely for Elpern. That's the second mine that ends up having quite an impact. First the tell on the AC and then a wipe there from the S-Mines. Beautiful, unless of course you are the British. But there you go, Panther 4 out. Now Elpern I think is in a definitely strong position here. Versus Sidewinder is going to clear out the remaining S-Mines before they blow up any more of his men. Cromwell is on the way, but that's definitely going to be behind here. Panther moving forward. Strength of the 6. Oh, mine and 6 Pentagon hit at the same time, causing the Panther quite a bit of grief for the section before they get wiped here though. Sappers moving forwards there to hit it as well there. Oh dear, Elpern, it looks so bright. There was light at the end of the tunnel and turned out it was a British train. Bound for London. Grenadiers there. That's it. Sidewinder suffers a lot of loss. In fact, he's done just the Commandos. He's got no infantry left but Commandos. So there's still a chance for Elpern, but things definitely getting a bit spicy there. Commandos holding up here. Close Veterans 1 could try and go for the Pioneers with the Southern Victory Point. We got 294s, 107, and we got the Cromwell away there. He's going to have to run that tank a lot then. Hope he doesn't, you know, throw it away there.
Pioneers ready for assignment.
More Pioneers ready here for Elpern. Getting some mines for a kit. Still no doctrine. Honestly, this one is going to go for it. You should actually go for it now, so you just to get some relief infantry going to get out some Ostrom and help with the infantry side a bit as well there from. I think that'll help Elpern a bit. Commandos waiting about there, thinking probably to wait to ambush those Pioneers. North here got the Bren Commandos just tearing through Elpern's forces, executing the Germans with impunity. Roughing up, there you go, pop smart, smoke and retreat, section away there, Cromwell racing forwards here for Sidewinder and the 7th Arm of the Desert Rats there, shattering the Grenadiers. Poor Jürgen gets completely crushed into pulp as 30 tons of British steel runs over him. I know it was 30 tons, but I guess most medium armor was roughly around 20-30 tons. Smoking down there. Cromwell heavily damaged. Using the sun points here. Mines up there, very good. But he risks losing his tank, at which point he's about as far as Elpern is. Smoke shelter being deployed though, that's a good idea there. Thumbs up to Sidewinder, at least on that one. Got the Commando squad moving forward again. 25 kills, ace level. Take providing some covering fire here. I think the Commando squad needs to move fast here. Cromwell about to get knocked out. Commanders are doing nothing. Section moving in to assist. Definitely too slow there by Simon to get the Commanders in to assist. Definitely too slow. Keeping their range. I think she moved to deal with the Grenadiers. Need to turn around the corner here. Section retreating there. Yeah, too slow with the Cromwell. Too slow. And more crucially, too slow with the Commanders. Right against the base premises. Elpern's Panther Fire goes off. And Simon, they got punished with overall slow reaction. They do get a light gun bomb retreat. Gets Deinhardt there blown to bits, but yeah, could have saved the Cromwell. I think you've been a bit more aggressive with those ace Commandos. So 30 kills though, absolute beasts there. Definitely some victorious crosses inbound there, if possibly posthumous. As for Elpern, can we go for another Panther 4? He could of course also be planning lightning war, just anything, but there's still no doctrine for Elpern. We're about to hit the 20-minute mark. And as always said, you haven't gone for something but the 20-minute mark. You may want to consider choosing some different doctrine if you can't make up your mind by the 20-minute mark, because at that point you're usually just losing on any advantage anyways from working that long to choose a doctrine.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
Sidewinder going for another tank as well. Other commander squad there. I mean, you could consider upgrading that with Bren guns as well. I think that do Sidewinder some good.
The capture point is being overrun.
Trying southwards there, pretty much assuming that's where Sidewinder not is, and that's a pretty good real situation there, tactically by Elpern. So thumbs up there to him. Got more mines down there. S standing for Sprengmine or jumping mine. Very nasty little shrapnel mine. Bounced up, and then of course unleashed a lot of shrapnel into some very, very soft bits. Crumbling away there for Sidewinder. Panther 4 they're ready for Elpern and Deutschland. We got more S-mines here. Overall, nice use of S-mines here. A lot of players for the Wehrmacht tend to underestimate S-mines, but just a few S-mine fields here and there can be really disruptive for the opponent and really mess up with at times. And again, on the retreat paths, he's really good too.
There's a rather splendid Cromwell ready to go.
So besides, being, active and using M4 is another tip just as you the Wehrmacht players just, lay down mines, including S-mines. Cromwell out here for Sidewinder. Still no doctor for Elpern. Need to be careful of that Panther 4 before Sidewinder turns that into another scrap heap. Pony's about to get wiped out there. Ace Commando's forced to retreat. Coming forward to take a 6 there with Panther 4 delivering quite a bit of damage to the German tank. Forcing Elpern to retreat once more. You got more mines here though from Elpern. Lots of S-mines on the flank. He's clearly concerned about Commandos sneaking out on him. And certainly S-mines are a great way to dissuade them from sneaking up. You can also see their Sidewinder is a bit more careful this time around with this Cromwell. The other one obviously at this point being a monument to his failure there. Elpern retaining good map control despite everything. Again, lack of info there's definitely slowed down Sidewinder. Actually going for medics to help with healing up his stuff. Still nothing there in terms of doctrine for Elpern. Taking more there by the Grenadiers. Ralph Grenade hits the Well and Wellington.
We're ready for orders.
Got the Pack 40 out there. They punch out the kill on it. 40. And got the medics hitting up stuff here. You can soon go for another Cromwell. Again, 257 versus 367. Panther 4 then move again. No pin about machine for that one. Definitely should consider that. We got more mines here though. I mean, I'd definitely say it's worth not upgrading because he's staying down a lot on mines, which is exactly what Elpern is doing. Again, thumbs up to Elpern. Some very good mining. Again, they've so far, as you might notice, done some pretty good work here for Elpern. Without them, he might have been in a much worse spot than he actually is. Meanwhile, Sidewinder comparatively hasn't been as good at mining, that way maintaining his advantage. We've got some cover that have been cleared up. That's very nice, though. Commandos ambushing the Pack 40, and there we go. Wiped the entire crew with a light gun bomb. Excellent, but without a follow-up, may not matter as much as he would like it to. Looking for the northern fuel point, Sandbags down. Striking subs to the Cromwell there, backed up by Commando. Sappers are moving to the other side. Still no sign of docks in here for Elpern, though. Getting a tiny bit concerning here. Panther moving forwards.
The enemy cut our supply line.
Into the Sappers with the Piats, and there you go, double hit. Panther 4 takes off a significant series of hits with the 6-pound gun dealing even more damage. Sappers caught out in the open. In the south, Crom rushing forwards here for Sidewinder. Sappers close to being wiped out here if he doesn't retreat soon, and that would obviously be a loss of the Piats, which would be quite a waste there for Sidewinder. Cleaning up the S1s over the Cromwell, very good. Flanking in here from the south, of course, needs mind for the potential telemines here. Thankfully, Elpern had not mined that spot, and Elpern still hasn't gone for doctrine.
Enemy threatening a capture
Same
point.
Cromwell on the way here. Lots of back and forth. Here's taking a nice hit from the Cromwell, almost losing the entire squad. Sappers push back as well, not looking too great there. Up here, Sappers reinforcing. Down the 7 point there. Sectioning northward slowly. Good hit there. We got another Panther there for Elpern. Still no doctrine. Got the Ace Commandos. 42 kills. I mean, just look at that. 42. 43. They are absolute bloody Terminators with a British accent.
A capture point is being overrun.
Point taken. Standing by. After them. Ready to go.
44. Graham Northern Point here. He cancelled the Cromwell. Oh my, he's going for hammer attacks. We're going to see a comedy here. Meanwhile, Elpern
Tactics are on the way.
still
We're
not.
trying
Oh,
to give the enemy
we got Jaeger infantry and got a Jaeger command squad. That is definitely one of the latest Jaeger infantry into Jaeger command squad I've ever seen. There definitely could have gone for that one much sooner, particularly when he's a much bigger sense of peril there. But at least they picked the doctrine. But definitely surprised at the late choice of this one. That almost seems like, you know, like, I wonder if I can't upgrade my Grenadier with the Jäger come. Oh, scheiße, I hadn't chosen the doctrine. Oh, I've been such a Doomkopf. Almost got the Panther 4 there. Almost got the Panther 4. We couldn't finish off them great, obviously, for Sidewinder. So it's home to hold up a little more for the Comet. Meanwhile, Elpern is adding some serious pressure on. We got white mortar cover there, which includes white phosphorus barrages, but also just regular mortar shots there to try and disrupt here Elpern's position there. Commandos there, fine. We got the Panther going to that into tank and Crom there. Commandos there, 46 kills. 47. Just been caught in the mortar cover there. Having to run through white phosphors and just all sorts of barraging there. Elpern's men are being absolutely exposed to innumerable hazards. But thankfully, Sidewinder's a bit unfocused there. His troops are back doing nothing in the base. For some of the saps are still there, by the way. Section up north doing nothing. It looks like Sidewinder might be getting a bit exhausted here, and he's starting to lose control of the fight. Meanwhile, Elpern clearly has a bit more stamina here, a bit more endurance, and holding out against here the English menace. It's all to handling a match that's going on a bit longer, much better. We got plenty of manpower for Sidewinder. Could consider machine guns, another anti-tank gun if you're going to solve for the Comet. More Commandos could be an idea. Like, there's plenty of things that Sidewinder could be doing rather than floating so much manpower as his opponents. So I definitely feel like that's something improved. We got the Jaeger command squad. He hoped to ambush some Englishmen in return. Suppose sort of going to himself, we'll see how these Englishmen like it when I ambush them. Yeah. Panther 4 remains in a nice reserve position, expecting the attack to happen here. Keeps the Panther 4 ready to ambush here without being immediately exposed to anti-tank and fire. Commandos are pretty much running that. Pioneers moving in. And caught their forced retreat. But yeah, only one anti-tank is trying to stop with the Comet. I think is a bit ambitious here by Sidewinder. I think in this situation he definitely should commit to a second anti-tank gun just to be entirely sure, at least something else. Like, he's got 900 manpower. I definitely feel like that's a bit of a slip up there. Should at least, you know, consider some more infantry. I mean, another Commando squad could be quite effective as a Sidewinder. If they could end up doing as well as that one there. 47 kills. Yeah, but they were German, they'd be indicted for war crimes, that's for sure.
Our capture point.
And there you go, catching the double pack force of the light gun. But there you go, Panther gets a great hit. Disrupting the grenade throw, forcing the retreat. Holy smokes, talk about lucky there for Elpern. Had that grenade gone off, that could be ended. There you go, Chrome the base, heavily damaged. Comet halfway done with this. Jason's really turning against Sidewinder. He's still floating an absurd amount of manpower. He's just not doing a lot with it against Elpern. Now Elpern is just surging forwards. Sidewinder's defense, they're already a bit in shambles, has completely collapsed. Like a balloon that's deflating.
Quarters are under fire.
Could soon go for another tank. We'll also just go for Stu, charging the base here. Straight to the anti-tank gun there. Piets, though, thankfully weren't pointed at it. So avoids the destruction of the Panther 4. There's going to be a pretty close call there, though. Very close call.
There's a Comet tank ready to go.
Comet ready here for Sidewinder and the British Army. Fixing up that Panther 4.
Bracing up there. Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
Commando Corps still in need of repairs. I think what Sidewinder needs to do is like launch a flank assault team. Elpern, of course, Elpern has from the mines made that a bit difficult, but I think it's a better choice rather than just charge straight on into every gun that Elpern's like kind of pointing in this direction. But I think a properly executed flank attack, with obviously something in front to keep his eyes occupied, but not just the main assault, combined with the other mortar gun, I sort of think could do the trick here for Sidewinder.
Capture point is being overrun.
Meanwhile, Elpern is sticking around the centre. Up north, we've got troops moving to grab the points there as well. We've got 207 versus 307. Continuing to go for another Panther 4. The versus the Comet, he may actually want to consider bringing in a Sturmgeschütz. Or versus the Infantry bringing in Ostwind. I mean, there's plenty of options here for Elpern to consider versus Sidewinder. Got the Ace Commander squad here backed up with the Cromwell. Or the Comet. That is definitely not a Cromwell. Looks like Elpern is using this as bait to draw in the rest of his force. See if he can't bait in the rest of Sidewander's force and deal with them with a counterattack here. Bit risky for the Gunnery squad, but it pays off. It obviously could destroy Sidewinder on the spot. Commandos actually pushed back. They weren't able to push through there. Elpern's defense in the south there. If he gets that Commander squad wiped, that'd be huge, and he's still flowing so much manpower. Incendium Prisoners. You really want that Commander squad dead. And he gets it. He gets the Ace Commander squad wiped there. Punishing Sidewinder there for no extension. Thumbs up there to help another Incendium Prisoners. Cromwell taking heavy damage. Cromwell will take damage. Comet racing forwards. Blah. Sorry about that. Commanders called in the midst of everything here. Comet taking heavy damage from the pack forward. We've got target weak point now available here for Elpern's Panther that can only 30. He's also got plenty of manpower for himself now. We go for Panther 4. He's planning something else. Heading south with Cromwell. Panther 4. Other pack forward ready here. Turning into a real mess here for Sidewinder there. Commanders are landing, but already his tanks are on fire. There's just the Comet left now. And the Commanders won't be in time to assist. And there go. Comet is down with that. Sidewinder, I think, is out of the war here. Everything is a mess. It is on fire. Including the T. Oh wait, he's not giving up quite yet. He's charging with his Commandos, but I think odds are over for Sidewinder looking pretty bad here. Elpern now pretty much holds the long end of pretty much every stick here involved, and then some.
The weapon crew are, I'm afraid, quite dead.
His forces are being annihilated. 6-pounder gun then being destroyed. He's going for another one, but it's just not enough here versus Elpern.
One of our commando sections has been lost.
Lost another commando section. Annihilated here by Elpern. Panther reaches Victory 2, and there goes Sidewinder renders. A loss here to the British. A victory for Deutschland. A close fought fight at times, but in the end, Sidewinder, I feel like, had a few bad calls here and there. Failed to utilize his resources efficiently as he could. And also, I think, relied just on slightly less efficient assault tactics there. Could have combined things a bit better all day, particularly hadn't thrown all that manpower. Elpern should have gone for Doctor much sooner. He got a bit lucky. There was some of Sidewinder's mistake, but the mines were definitely a good move, and definitely, I think, proved crucial here for Elpern to turn the game around steadily versus Sidewinder. So, there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment, tell your friends, tell your family, but don't tell your enemies. Of course, do consider donating or pledging on Patreon. Support the Propagandacast, and it's a work worth it to entertain you all. This is Imperial Links, and cheers. Thank you for watching. Till tomorrow again for a nice episode. Bye.